All right. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews, and I'm going to do a little quickie review of episode 1 of Netflix's The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Now, I don't watch Riverdale. I have no intention of watching Riverdale. I think Archie sucks, but that's just me. I just don't, I can't do it. I don't get it. I don't want to get it. So if you love it, cool beans, man, cool beans. But I heard about this and I didn't give a crap. Because I didn't like the show Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. Didn't care about that either. The only reason I am even talking about this on my channel is because of Kiernan Shipka. When I heard she was in this, my curiosity was piqued just enough because I loved her on Mad Men. I loved her. I couldn't believe what they did with that. With her, you know, she went from this little kid to this really well-spoken little actress. Her performance is oh great, like now I can't even, Sally Draper. It was just, by the end of the show, like such a, you kind of watched her grow up, but like there was like a lot of time jumps, and so she had to kind of act, I think, older than she was. And I just really, man, she was like a lot of the highlights of that show. So for her, I decided to check this out. And for her alone, because I really don't give a crap about the subject matter. I thought maybe she'll elevate the material that I don't care about. And I'm just like, if you've never seen this channel before, I try to just be honest. So this show, okay, this subject material, I'm not interested in. The Archie universe, I am more than uninterested in. But I was willing to give it a shot. And so this is just a recommendation of what I think, is this worth your time? Coming from someone who doesn't give a shit about the material and the world that this comes in. Let's just talk right off the bat. It's not terrible. It is different than it was kind of what I was hoping it would be, and it's also kind of what I was worried it was going to be. The dialogue here is the weakest part and the writing, just in general, is the weakest generic Kevin Williamson wannabe, script. This is typical CW stuff. It's bad. The writing is not good. For the most part, there's some stuff in here that's okay, but a lot of this stuff is just terrible. There's definitely forced agendas in here, but again, I don't care about that. Honestly, I think that there's some good in here as far as like I don't quite understand. Like they're not really doing like Wicca. Wiccans that say that they're not like evil witches. They worship Mother Nature, that kind of thing. This they talk about like, no, this is about Satan, the Dark Lord Satan, and that's fine. But I mean, for all those people that like that are like peaceful, like nature loving, women that are part of your little Wicca covens, this would be like, Jesus Christ, no wonder they burned, like witches and stuff and hung people, because that's who they're talking about in this, I feel. But whatever, I'm not going to start going down the whole are witches good thing, because I don't care. Kiernan Shipka is great in this. Her aunts are much better in this than on the TV show because they're not sitcom characters. They do kind of have similar, attitudes. Like one's a little lighter than the other one. But they're both portrayed pretty good by Miranda Otto and girl from like everything lately that I can't remember her name. She was in the original Office, Wonder Woman. She's been in a ton of stuff. And I'm mad that I don't remember her. Bronson Pinchot is in this for like as the principal, which is kind of interesting. And there are some pretty interesting dark elements. The show does get dark. And I can appreciate that part of it, where it's not silly. Sometimes it is silly and it's like the tone like doesn't quite, match all the time. Like if you're gonna go dark, but you can't, I don't know. Sometimes it's silly and sometimes it's super dark, and it's like, I don't know, pick a tone. If it went just straight dark, I could get behind the show probably a lot more than I am. And again, like, and it's not just, one of my other problems is not just the writing, it's how they have the actors perform. You've got really over-the-top cheesy stuff in here. And again, that's fine. If this is the kind of thing that, you like, then you'll like it. I think you will. This show is not designed for me. It's not. Anybody can watch anything. But for me specifically, I am not the target audience for this show. But that being said, I will probably keep watching it just to kind of see where it goes. It is kind of annoying, but that's just for me. Again, I'm more interested in watching her in this and see how she carries this show a little bit. Other than that, I mean, this is pretty standard CW stuff, just with a little bit more of a Netflix edge. I know people say, "Oh, Riverdale's like this other thing," but don't kid yourself, man. It's still like Dawson's Creek with like dark Archie characters. It's, whatever. But you don't listen to me. If you like Riverdale, that's fine. I mean, I'm sure that I like stuff that you guys would think is stupid too, so. That being said, I don't think I'm going to review any more of these. I just wanted to kind of get it out there. It's okay. If the writing was better, see, that's one of the linchpins for me. Is you can have a show like this and it be kind of silly and whatever and off and weird, but the writing's got to be good. I've got to care about what they're saying and about the characters and not make them one-dimensional stereotypes from everything else you've ever seen. And they don't do that here. It's the same old thing, just done with, there's witches and shit in this world, Speaking of the world, though, the world is pretty cool. I like it. It's like every day is like Halloween. And even that, she says that. It's kind of like this place is like Halloween every day. And I do like that. They do that very well. But, like another thing that bugged me was the teacher that looks like a librarian and then comes to school the next day completely, hair down and all involved instead of being her usual self, and nobody suspects a fucking thing. She's a witch. And she doesn't suspect that there might be something going on. Come on. You got one, use it. And the writing on that. So anyway, that's it. That's all I'm going to say. People that watch this are going to be like, oh, good, the first review of like Adventures of Sabrina. It's okay. If you thought you were going to like this, you probably will. If you're on the fence, you're really going to be like, I don't know. If you're like me, you might not like this at all. But again, like I said, I had to at least give it a shot just for her alone. And so I am still curious to see where it goes. I don't have any hope for the dialogue. I don't have any hope for cliched, crappy CW writing. But hey, I watched Arrow and Flash for a long time before I gave up on that stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Season 1, Episode 1, October Country, right? I didn't even spoil anything, I don't think. That didn't even give the plot away. This was just a standard big, you know, she meets Salem in this, and that's an interesting wrinkle, the way they do that. And some dude named Faustus shows up, and there's the chosen one storyline. Ooh, she's so special. So anyway, this is Robert Smirking Gun Reviews saying we'll see you on the next video. Bye.